Welcome back to another video. This is Angie and this is Angie's Art and Crafty Creations. Today we are going to be working with some resin. These are 4 epoxy resin mold or shape coasters. I'm going to spray them with some 99% alcohol to help minimize bubbles. I probably should have waited until I was ready to pour the epoxy, however. All right, and so here I have 8 ounces of epoxy mixed up, and this is Sapphire Blue by Arteza mica powder. And then this is Interference Blue. And I will have everything that I'm using in the description box here. I forget the name of this, but that is from Recollections. I'm going to disperse some of the epoxy into these 3 containers. The one for the foils is just a little bit of epoxy. I don't know, maybe a couple milliliters. And I'm going to go ahead and mix in some of that Sapphire Blue mica powder. Being careful not to get it all over my molds. And then I'll do the same with the Interference Blue. And that is from Color Art. And just mix it nice and slow. I know it doesn't look slow, but it is. To ensure that everything is properly mixed together. And then go ahead and add some of that foil in there. And get that mixed together. And then here I'm going to very slowly go along the outer rim of the bottom of each coaster. Going to evenly distribute all of the blue. I'm trying to get as close to the edge as possible and to not spill or drip anywhere else. I did make a little boo-boo right there, so I'm cleaning that up. Or not make a boo, I had a boo-boo. Then I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of this blue. Just where I think it needs more, I'll add more of it. Once I'm done with the blue. Such a pretty blue, I love this color. I would like to take the time to thank you for stopping by my channel and watching this video. If you like my video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you are a current subscriber, thank you so much for returning. And if you are new to my channel, welcome, and glad to have you here. So this would be the Interference Blue, and it interferes with the other blue. And it doesn't necessarily change the color of it. You'll see that here in the end. But what I think is really cool is the outcome, really, of these. See, so you pour that clear resin into it, and look what it did already. I think it's so super cool what it did there. What it did. And I'm going to just make sure I evenly distribute that. I'm turning these around because my table is a little off-centered, off-kiltered. It leans to the left there. I'm going to put evenly little drops right in the center, as the center I can get, as centered, into all 4 of these. And perhaps I should have, used a toothpick or something and a stir stick to kind of swirl it around a little bit, but I did not. So I'm just going to go ahead and dump all of this into the center of the 4 of these coasters. And then I'm going to take some 99% alcohol, squirt them down a couple times, pop any air bubbles. And then I'm going to take a little pokey tool and poke down some of the mica that I see. There's some in all 4 of them, so I'm just going to do that to all 4 of them, and then these things will be ready to sit for 24 hours. All right, so it's been well over 24 hours. I'll go ahead and get these demolded. And I don't have any need to flood them or put a doming coat on there because my table's slanted for one, and they're pretty much filled to the top. So let's go ahead, get them demolded. Oh, look, you can see where my powders, my micas didn't get fully saturated, but that looks pretty cool on the inside of that. Pretty neat. Love it. And it actually gives it kind of more of a cooler look too. All right, let's go on to the next. These probably are all going to be pretty close to the same. Yep, very cool. I really like what that did in the center of that. And you know what? I went back and watched another video. I watched Michelle from Glitz and Glitter, I believe is her name of her channel. And when she does hers, she puts the outer ring there, and then she puts the second ring in. But she fills it all the way to the center, and then she pours the clear in the center of it. So I don't know that it really makes much of a difference, but I love that interference blue. Because I still really like the way that these came out, regardless of filling that centerpiece with all the interference blue. Let's get this one. Very cool. Like a cloud effect. Pretty cool. Again, they all have that little white from the mica powder, but whatever. They kind of look like a, I don't know, like ice, sort of, the edges. I think those look pretty cool. Very cool looking. Not bad for a first time of doing it like this. Okay, so if I decide to do anything else, we'll do that in the next step. I'm not sure if I want to color these or not. I kind of like them just the way that they are. What would you do with them? Would you leave them like this, or would you color the edges? I think the edges look super cool, like that. I might just leave them that way. We'll see in the next clip though. Well, let's go ahead and get this one undone. Since you saw I had some extra resin, found a mold that would take up. This took exactly what I had left over. This is a straw topper, and it's going to need to be glued together. So those pieces will get glued together like that, so that the straw fits right inside there. It's not a straw, but that's the gist of it. Okay, and then let's see if how these held up. Some dog hair. Ugh. Love pets. I don't love their hair in my stuff. All right, let's see here. This should be completely dried, but I don't want to. Oh, look at that. Cute. And then these will need to be glued to this. So we'll put the bottoms together like that. And then I can glue that on like that. And what I think I might do is I'll just paint this part all white. So we've got a purple ball, or purple threads. Like that. All right, so let's go ahead and get on to the next step. So I decided to take my Posca marker, the white one, and I colored this is a whole surface of that, and I used some E6000 to glue the two pieces together, to glue this piece on. And so this part I'll go ahead and use the Posca markers to paint this, color it. They worked really well. I had to do like 2 to 3 coats to get a nice thick, not thick, but good coverage, to get good coverage. So I'm just gonna go ahead and color this. So you can see here that it doesn't cover it all the way. So I'll have to come in again and go over it again so that those lines aren't in there. Try to be careful not to go over the edge. You can always wipe it off, but I just don't want to. Okay, and then I'll take my heat gun, just dry it off a little bit, speed up the drying process. Don't want too much heat on there because these pieces were a little bit bendy when I glued them together. I don't know if it wasn't fully cured or what, but see, this is kind of bendy still too, which I don't know if it's because it's such a thin line or if I didn't mix it right. I'm not sure. If you know, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. Okay, so let's go over this one more time, possibly 2. Pushing down to get some more of the paint released. Or is this paint or what are these markers? They are paint. All right, I'm gonna let it cool down for a second. And then I'll go ahead and glue this side on, and I'll have myself a little purple football straw holder, or straw topper. Alright, so for this, I am going to wipe my tip off. And very carefully put glue around, and I'll spread it out with a paper clip. I haven't used this E6000 in forever, probably over a year, and it wasn't clogged. I was quite surprised. Okay, so let's get these little striation thingies moved out of the way. Little cobwebs. And just go around the edge, spread out this glue, make sure it's all covered. Okay. And then I'm going to line it up this way, same as that one. So it's about even these centers for the white around it. Okay, press it down. Wipe off any excess. All right, there we go. It's not dry yet, obviously, but get a straw. All right, so you just stick the straw inside there, and it's a straw topper. Pretty cool. And the purple, I went with purple. I don't recall if I said this earlier, but the purple is the team colors for the 8-year-old Wesley, for one of the kids here, they for his baseball team. So they're black and purple, so that's why I went with that, so I could put these on my tumblers when I go watch him play his games or practice. I'm sure if I wanted to, I could probably go around it and put a coat of epoxy on this, but I don't think so. I think it'll do me just fine like that. Okay? And so with the coasters, I'm gonna leave them the way they are. I like them like that. I'm not gonna worry about trying to put a gold or a silver or anything around this. I like that. I think it's really cool. So again, that's all 4 of these little pretties. super pretty. And the mica, like I said, didn't get stirred in all the way, but I think the prettiness of them kind of, it just goes with it, in my opinion. So, pretty cool looking really on both sides. So, all right. That is going to be the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed, and I know I enjoyed making them. I learned from making them, and if you are a current subscriber, thank you so much. If you are not a current subscriber, please consider subscribing. I love to do a play with resin, and I've got lots of molds to do that with. So thank you again so much for watching. I hope you have a good day, good night, whatever it may be for you, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.